Health and Wellness Check-In. Today is Sunday, 29 June 2025. I am Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, and I check in for a week summary of my health and wellness, social, mental, and physical this past week, Monday 23 to Sunday 29 June 2025. It was a week with concentrated focus on a few smaller projects and streamlining balance across the three categories accordingly. Yes. Category 1 of 3, social health. I fed the critters all of their meals. And they were very engaging and direct in communication with me this week, especially if they wanted something a certain way, or they kind of, expressed preferences for a peanut half in a certain size or certain serving portion or a certain preparation. So they were picky in a good way this week. It included my social. Included neighborhood-friendly faces when out and about, including walk runs, including Joni and Jennifer. And then on Monday, so many chickarees, North American red squirrels. I saw 3 on my walk run in one area, and then 8 at one time at Critter Mealtime dinner. I was like, my nervous system was like this. And then Lewis Hamilton came along, and it was like, and in a bit of a different way. So there we go. Mental health, category 2 of 3. My birthday gift from my aunt Danette update. So she asked me if I wanted what I wanted for like a big deal thing. So I asked for car repair. So I dropped my car off at Mako on Monday, a few minutes before 10 a.m., which was the scheduled time. And the estimate was the same as the preliminary estimate. Tuesday evening, I received a call when I was in the shop asking if they wanted, if I wanted them to, there's some other damage on the car, and they were like, do you want us to work on that too? And I was like, nah. And then I picked it up with repairs on Friday. While they were making repairs, a piece of the one of my car doors went missing, so they ordered that part and said that it should be in on tentatively this coming Monday. So then, and it takes only a few minutes to fix. So then I got the repairs that the estimate was for repaired, potentially taking it in for that missing piece, or that piece that went missing, this coming Monday, if it's in, and I get a call and that kind of stuff. And they also did they vacuumed the front 2 seats, the floor in front of the front 2 seats, and they also washed the car. And it looks all beautiful. It's dentless. There was a big dent. The bolts are in, I don't have to push the bumper in. It's like, it drove smooth. I didn't even realize it wasn't driving smooth until I'm driving in. I'm like, there's no extra sound. It's sort of like there's, so it was kind of fun driving back, because I was like, oh my gosh. So it was very cool. So thank you, my Aunt Annette, my miracle lady, and thank you, Mako. Tentatively see you guys again tomorrow, if you're watching this, and the day I'm filming it. I added, and then also in this category, YouTube stuff. So I added 3 YouTube channels to my featured channels, 1 for a news agency based in South Africa at the time of my adding the channel, and 2 for food-centric channels at the time of my adding the channel. I worked on tuning section or subsection contents. This is like the ever-evolving space, competition space, and the competition space has changed, and so I'm kind of like, I'm doing my best. Okay. But there was one I was like, okay, I'll bring out an example of like recipes, recipe-centric channels, such as 3 types of recipe-centric channels. 1, food-centric and backstory / country / culture-centric. Makes food-centric food-centric featured channels section. Then 2 is a more persons-centric, makes persons-centric featured channels section. And then 3, not sure, can have a lot of emphasis on personal life to the point it distracts from the recipes, does not make my featured channels. So for these, a healthy sorting approach I have found to be this is unique to the recipes one, is I don't feel like cooking. And so essentially, like, if there's like a food centric, like it makes the food centric of like, I enjoy watching, right? It's YouTube, they're YouTube videos, what I'm featuring them for. So food centric is like one where I'm like, enough variety, and the approach is like one where I'm like, I can just watch this and like, it's not triggering if I don't want to cook. Kind of thing. And then if it is kind of triggering, I might make the people like their personality comes through, and that can kind of to such an extent that it's not quite the recipe making it through on its own anymore, kind of thing. So then people, and they might focus on the people and that kind of stuff, to like it kind of pushes the recipe to the back a little bit. And then the third category that doesn't make my featured channels, well, that doesn't, I have all 3 in my subscriptions, so I'm like, it doesn't mean I don't like you, it's just I'm thinking through my own competition space and the competition space of other people's channels and channels on YouTube. So, and then second YouTube channel, conceptualization. So Tanis, a researcher, conceptualization, featured channels and weekend Wednesdays, including computer game playing and non-computer game playing as possibilities. Yes, so there might be, I think I have like 3 channels for women, right? Like if I'm doing Tanis, a researcher, there's underrepresentation of women in STEM, so there might take more of a gender, like I need to really grow my community, right? So the emphasis on female for that channel. I'm featuring women more than men, because I am a woman and I am committed to my own gender, kind of. And then, well, not kind of, I am. And then category 3 of 3, physical. I started menstruating 7 days early. Onset of menstruation was more painful than normal. Yes, it's been a different cycle. And then I continued experimentation with what food items I can eat to make it look like I've gained weight. This kind of started by accident, and then I was like, there's some stuff I ate and it'd be like 100 calories or 200 calories, and I'm like, it looks like I gained 5 pounds, and I made my diet yesterday, kind of thing. And this goes like a long time back, and so I've figured out what foods it is. So I've been like experimenting to like be like, if I eat this, is this really the thing that makes me look like I gained 5 pounds? And it'll last for like 2 days and then it'll go back down, or it'll be like, oh, I've lost, made 2 days on my diet, so I've lost a little bit, like a fraction of a pound, and it'll show like that. But I'm like, it's like magic. I'm like, if there's like a social gathering and people attack me if I look skinny, I'm like, just eat some of this before that meal, right? I don't actually gain the weight, but it looks like I've gained the weight, so I make it through without being attacked, because I know how to use food to make it look like I'm bigger than I am. So, in conclusion, the biggest open question of the week for some people is, am I getting cut off here? Is Lewis Hamilton making me move in with him if I pursue a PhD in physics in Italy? Are we gonna, is he gonna insist on converting the kitchen and the dining room currently in this house, taking the living room and adding the dining in the kitchen there, and then expanding the garage so my dad can have a Ferrari and my mom can have a Lamborghini? So many, that's the open question. So there we go. Happy health and wellness to you whenever you're reading this and wherever you're reading this from.